The great Brett Yormark, Big 12 Commissioner. Brett, Arizona fans have had you on their mind for a long time, and this conference going in here, especially with the fanfare when it comes to basketball, the way that the fan bases are engaged, feels like a natural fit. Can you talk a little bit about Arizona and what you just kind of saw and what made them
Well, listen, we're excited to have Arizona. I mean, they were on the top of the list, when we were thinking about realignment last summer. Became pretty friendly with Bobby Robbins. It was important for me to understand the culture that existed at Arizona, but obviously it's a perfect fit. Bobby knows, and so does the school. They're very familiar with our conference. There's been a lot of collaborations amongst the schools, basketball wise. I mean, they made us so much stronger. Football, you guys are coming off a great season, a great win in the Alamo Bowl. In fact, I was there.
Right.
And you make us stronger in Olympic sports. So, I mean, the package has been fantastic. I've been spending quite a bit of time in Arizona. Look forward to being there in the fall for sure for some college football weekends.
Definitely not right now.
No, not there, not right now.
Too hot.
I mean, Dallas is hot and humid. This place is hot.
Right.
But we're excited about the Four Corners, generally speaking. And we're excited about where this conference is going as a 16-team league for the first time.
Well, you're speaking my love language up there, talking about the analytics between social media and the growth of the conference and seeing things in a different way. You talked about the type of investment that you want to make in student athletes across the board and the innovative ways that you can do that. Can you point to maybe a few unique wrinkles that you have talked to schools about to try to provide student athletes outside of just like obviously the NIL stuff?
Well, listen, I think we need to be a support system for student athletes. I mentioned earlier we established a health and well-being advisory group this year, which was made up of student athletes and subject matter experts on campus. We're doubling down on storytelling. I think that's critically important as student athletes build their brands. They need someone to help distribute that story.
Right.
And there are so many human interest stories on every campus in our conference that need to be told, and we want to be advocates of that at the conference level. We're also going to be working with ESPN and Fox to still tell more stories about our student athletes and give them the platform that they deserve. And one of the reasons, candidly, that I went early with ESPN and Fox was I felt it was critically important not only to stabilize the conference, but to give our student athletes the biggest stage possible so they could become the best version of themselves. So it's a combination of a lot of things. There's not a crystal ball there, but we're doubling down in all the right areas, and we think it's the right thing to do because at the end of the day, at the core of why we're here, it's the student athlete.
And then lastly, when it comes to basketball, you said that there's another level that you think you can reach by having the best basketball conference in the country, with so many brand names. What is that next step then, because everybody talks about football, but basketball does seem to be a little bit underrated in the grand scheme of things.
Basketball is growing.
Yeah.
It's a global sport. You see what's happening with the NBA and their media rights deal. I want to position ourselves in the best way possible for that next TV cycle.
Right.
And everything we do now sets us up for that moment. I've said before, I do look at the conference very holistically. I think we're getting better at football, and we're continuing to invest there. I think we're the number one basketball conference in America, and we just got stronger, both men's and women's.
Right.
And when you think about Olympic sports, we got stronger. And I think all of that in combination will put us in a enviable position when we go back into the market in 30. And given what we did in our new TV deal, which starts next year, we have optionality on the back end.
Right.
We can go back and renew as a package, or we can bifurcate football and basketball and see what the value of basketball is specifically. So I'm excited for that.
Right.
And we've got great brands and we have up-and-coming brands too. So I expect us to be very strong in all sports when we go back into the marketplace.
You provided yourself flexibility there. You're here in Vegas. Obviously, you agreed to keep the basketball tournament in Kansas City. Is Vegas going to be a part of the program in some way, shape, or form, whether it be football, basketball, or any other sports moving
I'd
forward?
like it to become. I mean, yesterday I met with the chair of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. I reinforced and reaffirmed our commitment to the marketplace.
Right.
I think we need to be here for all the right reasons. And even before realignment occurred, I'd always said that we needed to be in Vegas. It's the entertainment and sports capital of the world. And when you think about our conference and how we're weaving in entertainment and music to tell our story, it's critical that we're here. And to the extent that there's opportunities for us, we're going to pursue them.
He is Brett Yormark, the Big 12 commissioner, one of the most popular people in Tucson, Arizona. Brett, I kid you not, if I speak for Tucson, we're excited to be part of the conference.
Absolutely.
We're excited to be under your leadership.
I'm thrilled to be here, and thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Of course. Thank you.
He's Brett Yormark, Saul Bookman, Mike Luke, PHNX Wildcats.